Hi, once again. Welcome to another month of Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. How are you, sir?
I am just fine. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm your host, as always, Steve Brazel. And this month, we've got a lot of great subjects for you coming up, including the Alvord Cares program. You brought some guests with you for this one.
Alvord Cares. And we had a great discussion with Councilmember Jim Perry from Ward 6, Alvord Unified Board Member Carolyn Wilson, and Cardenas Market phenom and friend Marco Robles.
Wait till you watch that episode and see what Marco Robles and Cardenas Market did for the Alvord Cares program, because it's absolutely amazing. We also talk about a new mobile app. The Riverside Police Department has a new mobile app available on iOS and Android.
Download it.
And Lieutenant Christian Dinko of the Riverside Police Department stops by, tells us about it, and as soon as we were done with the segment, and I'm not kidding, I downloaded the app, and Mayor Bailey downloaded it as we were talking. That's how good the app is.
It is incredible. What's the first thing you did? Did you?
I haven't opened it yet. I downloaded it just before we recorded this.
You can look at crime maps. You can do a complaint. You can do a report.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
almost
find
anything
out
you need.
just about anything, and connect to 311 and get alerts.
And then the next topic we talk about, by the way, is something near and dear to the mayor's heart, because he works with somebody that is in this program or in this program.
That's right. Philip Falcone, a Notre Dame high school graduate, is a remarkable teen that is in my office now interning, and we're trying to continue to plug them in and to root our youth, talented youth, in this community for the long run.
And right now we're going to be looking at the 2018 25 most remarkable teens in the city of Riverside.
Nominate them. Call 311, get online, and nominate someone.
Watch this segment, because Riverside Police Officer Ryan Railsback was here, and also the mayor's intern, Philip Falcone, was here to talk about how you can get involved in that. And then we also touch on something called News. Tell us about News.
Yeah, so News is Neighborhood Engagement Workshop Series. It's 4 times a year for now out at Arlington Library. Yvette Sinewald was here from the Neighborhood Engagement Division to tell us what's going on.
So basically, we've got all kinds of great content for you this month on Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. Now, Mayor, if they want to reach out to you, anybody that's in the community, where can they go?
They can reach out and Twitter
ominous.
at Mayor_Bailey or Facebook at City of Riverside Mayor.
I'm going to have this now in my head.
Reach out.
All day long. You got to join us for all 4 segments this month for Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, Steve Brazel, and we will see you then. Hi again. Welcome to Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, Steve Brazel, as always, joined by the mayor for the city of Riverside, California, Mayor Rusty Bailey.
Hey,
how are you, sir?
Here we go again.
Here we go again. It's the holiday season as we're recording.
It is.
This. I hope everybody here is having a great holiday season.
I'm a last-minute shopper, so I
know. I'm a procrastinator. We've got so many great things to talk about as we head towards the new year. We're going to talk about a brand new Riverside Police Department mobile app. You're going to love this app. You're going to want to download it, so get your mobile devices ready when we talk about that. Riverside's 25 most remarkable teens we're going to talk about today as well. And we've got a special guest that used to be one here with us as we talk this month. Neighborhood engagement workshops, we're going to dive into that a little bit. And for this segment, the Alvord Cares program, and we have 3 guests with us today. If you guys want to run down the line, starting with Councilman Perry, give us an idea who you are and who you represent.
Hello, I'm Jim Perry, Riverside City Council, Ward 6.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Wilson, and I'm from the Board of Trustees at Alvord Unified School District.
Hello, and I'm Marco Robles, Public Affairs Director for Cardenas Markets.
Greetings. I'm your mayor, Rusty Bailey.
Perfect. Mayor, you want to get us started on some questions?
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Alvord Cares program, initiative, and the need that exists in our community?
Thank you very much for asking, Rusty, Mayor Bailey. The need in Alvord is great. It's a huge concern. We have over 300 students that we have classified as homeless and hungry.
Too many.
Too many. And that also includes displaced students that don't have homes. We also have 200 more that come to school every day hungry. And we're trying to address that. And with this program, we're doing that.
Yeah.
And Carolyn, you mentioned something I think that needs emphasis, and that is we're not even talking about homeless adults here. We're talking about homeless students.
Yeah, kids.
Kids that are homeless and hungry. And I know that you had, and anybody can answer this one actually, I know that there was a walk related to this project, I think early November.
Right.
How did that go?
That went wonderful. It was wonderful. We did it. It was for an awareness walk because exactly, I didn't realize the need in the district. So we wanted to bring it out to the public and show them that there is this need, that we do have these children in our schools that don't come with food in their bellies to study and to be able to learn. And they're sleeping in cars and their parents are sleeping in cars. So we know that this is a need. So this walk was incredible. It was primarily just for an awareness, but the donations came up to be about $1,500. And we did not ask
wow.
Nice.
we did not ask for anybody to donate money. They just came. We just wanted them to come and walk with us
Right.
and show these people that we are there for them and that we support them.
You weren't asking for donations and got them anyway?
We absolutely weren't asking
That's
for
the city
donations.
That's the heart. Yeah,
Riverside.
that's the heart of the community right there.
It is.
Yeah.
They
It
see a need
absolutely
and
is.
they fill that gap.
It was incredible. They brought food. We were able to fill all of our pantries at our schools because of that walk. It was incredible.
You know, another important factor to realize in all this, when you look at the Alfred Unified School District, 80 to 85% of all the students, and there's 19,000 students, qualify for free or reduced meals. And this is another way of reaching out to them. It's a collaboration between all of the partners to be able to provide food. And this program started by trying to send home on weekends, days when they're not in school, a backpack full of food to help provide healthy
wow.
meals 7 days a week.
So Alvord Cares has caught the attention of the community and even beyond our community. Can you tell us about a major donation recently from an area business?
We happen to have somebody here.
Well, Mayor, what an awesome opportunity it's been for us to be a part of this effort. When you look at the number of kids that go hungry and they depend on the meals at school, unfortunately, many of them do not have a meal for the weekend. So when we were invited to partner up with this program, we immediately took that to our foundation board, and Cardenas is very proud not only to be a business in this community, but also to be engaged in partnerships like this. And our commitment of $23,000 will
Wow.
sustain
Yes.
Wow.
Thank
Outstanding.
you.
will sustain
Incredible.
these kids that will have a meal for the weekend.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
That,
That's
again,
wonderful.
that strikes me as Riverside.
Yep.
It does.
We have business people in Riverside with Cardenas Market that donate this type of money, and this is not school days even just that we're talking about, as he mentioned. Kids that are going hungry on the weekends as well. It's just such a wonderful place to live. I am kind of curious, though, and Councilman, perhaps you can address this. When an Alvord Cares program gets such a large donation from a community member, from a community business, what does that do for the program directly?
This is community at its best. This is collaboration. This is a partnership between multiple partners here. You have the city, you have the Alfred Unified School District, you have Cardenas Markets that's going to benefit the students who live in our community. And it's outstanding because it's going to have a huge impact on a daily basis. It's going to provide hope and opportunity to all of our students and families who live within the school district.
If our viewers want to get more involved with Alvord Cares, how do they do that?
Oh, absolutely. We have it. Go to our website, and there is a place there for Alvord Cares. They can donate. They can call me directly. My phone number's there as well. They can contact any one of us, and we will get them involved, and we look forward to that. I would like also to say is that the number one funding for Alvord Cares right now is based by our employees' payroll deductions. So it's pretty incredible, and we get about $1,600 a month from our payroll
The
deductions.
employees voluntarily
They
donate money through their paychecks?
They absolutely do, and that's what funds our program.
Alvord Cares.
Alvord Cares.
Alvord Cares.
Isn't that
About their-
incredible?
about
To
their
all
students,
three of
about
you.
their kids.
Wonderful.
Everything that you're doing for this program, I cannot say thank you enough because you're helping again. These are kids that we're talking about. So this is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. Mayor, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank you all.
I also want to
being
thank
part
our
of it.
guest, City of Riverside Council Member Jim Perry, Alvord Unified Board Member Carolyn Wilson, and also from Cardenas Market, Marco Robles. Thank you to all three of you for coming down, sharing your stories with us. Again, this is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, Steve Brazel. We've got 4 segments this month, so make sure you check out each one, and we will talk to you on the next one.
We're proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. Our PD officers are disciplined, well-trained professionals who always lean forward to make our community safer and more livable. And we're always looking for mature, experienced, and educated men and women who want to apply their courage and judgment to serve the people of Riverside. If that's who you are, we want to talk to you.
Hi again. Welcome to Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. As always, I'm your host, Steve Brazel, joined by the mayor himself for the city of Riverside, California, Mayor Rusty Bailey. How are you, sir?
I'm fabulous.
You
How
look
are
like
doing?
you're ready for the holiday season.
Here we go again, brother.
We've got such a good month lined up. We're going to talk about the Alvord Cares program this month. The Riverside Police Department's brand new mobile app. You're going to want to get this thing. It's a good app.
Download.
Also, neighborhood engagement workshops. And for this segment, we've got some special guests with us because we're going to talk about Riverside's 25 most remarkable teens. For our guests, you guys want to run down the line, tell us who you are, what you do?
Yes, I'm Philip Falcone from Office of the Mayor,
A
intern for the office.
a remarkable teen.
And a
And
former
a
most
remarkable
remarkable
teen.
teen.
Yeah, former
That is
remarkable teen, now the intern to the mayor for the
Yes.
city of Riverside. Sir?
And Ryan Railsback with the Riverside Police Department.
And your position with the police department?
I work in our Community Services Bureau as the Public Information Officer.
Okay.
He's also a remarkable teen because he graduated from Notre Dame High School in Riverside.
Both
Again,
of us.
both of them did.
Yes.
And you're surrounded, I'm just saying.
That's right.
You're surrounded by
That's right.
Polly.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Here
the
we
way it
go.
goes. Mayor, you want to get us started with some questions? for
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys?
Well, Ryan, you can tell us about the goals of the Remarkable Teen program. That'd be great.
Well, you know, we know that we have a lot of remarkable teens in our city. So we just want to identify a few of them. You'll notice that there's not one particular
Right.
winner here.
Right.
Every nomination they're well deserving
Yeah.
of this title. Unfortunately, we have to narrow it down to the 25.
Yeah, and sometimes I think we've gone over 25 because
Yeah.
we couldn't couldn't make that difficult decision.
Can't make the cut, yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying to get teachers, parents, youth group leaders, but more importantly, teens,
Yeah.
their friends,
Yeah.
to nominate and look at who some of these other teens are out here that are exceeding and excelling, not just in one particular area, but a lot of areas. And
Right.
what are they doing to give back to their city?
Yeah.
So that's one of the main goals, is to identify these kids.
And the Riverside Youth Council is a part of that, which is the leadership team and group that is advisory to the mayor and the city council and to the police department. I know you all manage that and liaison with the mayor's office, but I think that's a great component, is that it's the youth council really that is reviewing these applications and recognizing their peers.
Yes.
Well, and you're talking about youth in Riverside. Nobody knows their peers better than
Right.
than other youth from the community, which then brings in the interesting idea that because the youth is immersed in their own community with their peers, they can see that certain environmental things can cause youth to be positive or negative in certain ways. And there's no question, in my mind at least, that the 25 Remarkable Teens program can kind of forward that positive attitude among the youth of our community. And I'm sure you can address that, having been one yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way I see it is that we have young people that are being honored by the Riverside Youth Council, and what happens is when these students are honored for things that maybe it's not being the star athlete, or maybe it's not being the straight A student, but by doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way, and we honor them, I think it shows other youth and other young people that these wonderful recipients are surrounded by. It shows them that they can do these things, ordinary things, do them in an extraordinary way, and be honored as well.
That being yourself pays off in the end.
Exactly.
You don't have to rise to, be the star athlete. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not how you're a success in the world. You're a success by being yourself, being positive, and being a good human being.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need help in finding those remarkable teens and recognizing them, and we need that by January 20th is the deadline this year for nominations. Where can people send those or plug in, to the nomination forms?
They can get on the Riverside Police Department's and the City of Riverside's social media. There are postings that we're putting out quite often on how to nominate someone. It's all online right now. So that information will be on this screen as well.
Yeah.
But it's on the police department's website.
Mayor's website, city
Now,
website.
some people are going to go either fill out the form and have questions, or they may just have questions on the basic nomination process. Who can I nominate? Is there an age limit? That type of a thing. where can they send questions to?
Most of those questions are going to be answered when you go to the application itself. You're going to see the age limits and that you have to live within the city of Riverside. But if they do have questions, there's an email on there. It's Officer Christy Arnold. So carnold@riversideca.gov
Okay.
for any questions.
Or call 311. One call does it all in Riverside. You know that, Steve.
Yeah, 311.
311.
If you, I actually use 311 on a regular basis.
I'm-
It's fantastic.
yeah.
If you haven't tried it, the people
Mayor's
on the other
Challenge.
end are
Call
absolutely amazing.
311.
With Philip here, Mayor, I wonder if you could address Philip, being as how you're working so close with somebody that was one of the 25 most remarkable teens. I'm sure you've got some input on the program dealing with it so closely.
But he still is remarkable. Are you still a teenager, though? I don't
No,
know.
no,
Okay,
not
he's
anymore.
graduated out of
See?
teenagehood, so all right.
If he had gone to Poly, he'd still be a
Hey, nice, nice.
See what I did?
You know, it's just incredible for us in Riverside to be able to, like I said, recognize these teens, but also we need to plug them back into the community for the long haul. You know, so they don't graduate and leave us and go take their talent elsewhere. And so this is one of the reasons, this is one of the goals of the program as well, is to root them in this city and let them know that they are appreciated. And so that they will come back. If they do go away from school, which we encourage, you know, it's okay. Go away and get an education and experience, but come back and put
Come
that
back home.
Put that to work in Riverside.
And how has this benefited you?
When I would just add to the mayor's remarks that this award adds the exposure for so many young people, the exposure that it provides to nonprofit organizations in our community, to city and local organizations, to community groups. It provides them with the availability to see these things and to plant those roots and to get involved. And I think that's a great thing.
So it was a positive environment for you. You'd recommend it to other teens.
Absolutely.
And you know, I mean, he's remarkable, obviously, and continues to be remarkable. And now he's plugging into the Riverside Museum Associates. We need teens, we need young people to be on boards and commissions in the city of Riverside. And so Philip has stepped up on a committee of the museum board, and the Museum Associates raises money and does events. And he's bringing his friends, you know, to those meetings and getting them involved in the Heritage House, Christmas open house, and on and on. And so I'm so proud that we're leading by example in the city, and Philip is a example of that.
Well, and he's got a career doing this because we've had a lot of people up on this panel. You're really good at this.
Well, thank you.
You need to do this more often. Again, this is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, Steve Brazel. Thank you to everybody for being here from the Riverside Police Department. Ryan Railsback, thank you, officer. Also, the intern to Mayor Bailey, Philip Falcone, thank you very much. And Mayor, to you as always, thanks
You
for
got
being
it.
here. We'll talk to you on the next segment.
The City of Riverside has launched Riverside Alert, a mass notification service that allows emergency crews to alert you in the case of an emergency, potential hazard, or safety concern that may directly affect you. When you sign up, you'll receive a message on the voice or text communication method of your choosing. Here's how it works. Begin by creating an account on riversidealert.com. Once you've entered your information, you'll be listed to receive alerts. All information you provide will be kept strictly confidential. Riverside Alert allows you to confirm that you've received an alert to prevent the same alert from coming through again. And you can stop the service at any time by removing your contact information from your profile. It's that easy. Go to riversidealert.com and sign up today.
Hi again. Welcome back to another segment of Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, as always, Steve Brazel, joined by the mayor for the city of Riverside, California, Mayor Rusty Bailey. Sir, how are you?
You're right.
I got it right?
You got it right today.
We're done.
This month.
Yeah, this month. We've got a lot we're talking about this month, actually. The Alvord Cares program, the Riverside 25 Most Remarkable Teens. That's such a great segment. Neighborhood engagement workshops. But this one is one I'm really excited for. Get your mobile devices out and get ready to download an app.
got mine out.
Because you're going to want this app. We're going to talk about the Riverside Police Department's new mobile app, and we are joined by somebody from the Riverside Police Department, Lieutenant Christian Dinko. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great today, thank you.
I so appreciate your joining us. We've got so many questions on this. Mary, you want to get us started?
You know, I am on the app and I am focused. I am
You've
learning
been
so
playing
much.
with the app as we've been waiting.
I know. You know, Lieutenant Dinko, just tell us about how, you know, the need arose for this app. I mean, it's pretty obvious how it arose. There's so much information that we have, and the police department's collected, and the community, the public needs that information, and so it fills that gap. But can you tell us more about that?
It is. We're always looking for other ways to connect with the community. And one of the things that we saw with our Facebook account, with our 42,000 followers,
Wow.
is that about 80% of the people that follow us follow through a mobile phone. So we wanted to find a way that could unify a lot of the things that we already have and put it in one place, right at the tip of your fingers. And our thought unanimously was a mobile app. So we were able to get a lot of the things that we have, like our crime mapping, filing a police report, some of the things that we currently have, and some new things that we didn't have, and put it in one place. The development took about a year, but we're really happy with the final product.
And what I find interesting here is a couple of points that you mentioned, a couple of data points. First of all, 45,000 followers on your Facebook account. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you're not following them,
Got a few more
if
than
you're
me.
not following the mayor, if you're not following the city, go to Facebook and do that. But that brings in that social media aspect of it, right, and accounts. And one of the things I like about this is how you've approached it from an account point of view. You don't need an account for this app.
You don't. We find that a lot of people don't want to have their own Facebook account, and we respect that. So we still want you to get our content. We update our content on Facebook every day. So we have new, fresh information coming out, but we don't want anybody to miss it. So you don't have to have an account. You just have to get our app and scroll through. And our app is free, which we want to make it as accessible as possible to anybody that might want it.
Information is obviously key for crime prevention. You know, we want to educate the public on how to do that and how they can use this app. Can you tell us more about that?
We do. So one of the things that we need from the public is information. So we want to be partners with the community. And anytime we can get information from the public on tips, we put a tipping function in there. So you can put your information for a callback if you like, or you could do it anonymous. So there's lots of different features that you can use that can feed information to the department. You can even file a report for certain crimes. So if you don't have time to wait for a police officer to show up and you choose to, there are certain crimes you can file right on your phone. We want to make it as accessible as possible. We can get that information. If there's additional information we need, we can just call you back.
Accessibility, though, here's the thing. Accessibility is great. They don't need a Facebook account. They get all the same information from downloading this app, but you're still talking about an app. And there are people out there that are technologically challenged, right?
Right.
How easy is it for them to utilize this app?
Well, it's very easy. You can't break it. So you can get in there.
You don't know what? Yeah, there's a challenge.
You can get in there. You can play with it. If you see, if you get into somewhere you don't know how to get back, you just push a little button at the top and you get right back. We try to make it fairly easy to use, and really it's content driven. You can go in any direction you want with that. We have crime tips in there. We have safety bulletins in there. We have all of our social alerts. We have
Alerts.
Tell me about the alerts. Because
Well,
you were playing with that as we were in the green room.
I mean, this is the way to get the correct information out to the public, because we have issues, and I've seen this over 10 years now being an elected official, where the public creates more problems, for us to solve. Instead of listening to the alerts, paying attention to what is really going on, they create these other scenarios and situations, and it just stirs up so much angst. My wife being one of those that listens and hears these things through social media otherwise, but they can go straight to the source and find out what's really happening. And I think that's what I want to convey to the public. And Lieutenant Dinko.
Right. We have a Riverside alert system right on our mobile phone. So we could put something out like it could be a traffic alert. It could be an Amber Alert. It could be anything crime related that we need the public to know right away.
Any kind of incident.
Yeah.
Any incident we
notification.
choose. And we can push that information. All you have to do is opt in and download it, and we can push it right to your phone.
So let's just be clear, though. There are certain scenarios where you need an account for alerts.
Well, we have a Riverside alert system that is utilized through all different departments in the city. So if there's a gas leak in the area, then our utilities department can send out an alert. There's also an alert system from the police department. You do not need an account. All you have to do is have the app on your phone, and if there's a public safety information that's critical and we really feel like you need to know, we'll push that alert out to you.
So who should have this app on their phone?
Everybody, teens included. So we hope that, by and large, teens today are using their phone apps and phones for everything. So we're able to access and push out information to the public, whether it be teens, adults, our older community, anybody out there that needs information from the police department. It's all right there.
One of my favorite is crime maps, and people want to know what's going on in their neighborhood and see, the issues, and to be able to address them, and so I think that's so important to have crime maps available at their fingertips.
It is, and we've actually had that for a long time. People just didn't know where to find it. So you'd have to go onto your desktop computer, know that it existed, know where to find it, but we didn't want you to have to search. We wanted to make it easy to find. So we included it right in the app.
And I think people need to know that, we don't just drive around. We do drive around a little bit as police officers, I'm saying, but we target the policing. We have strategy in policing, and crime maps help us do that.
Right.
Crime maps do. We have our crime analysis department, which really gives us great information on where to look for the people that are victimizing our community, and that we can better use our resources effectively.
And another reason why the public needs to report crime and provide those complaints so that we can update those crime maps.
Which is
right.
easier in the app. So where can they get the app?
They can get the app on the Apple Store for free, and you just have to search Riverside Police Department, or for Android devices in the Google Play Store. Again, search Riverside Police Department, not Riverside, New Jersey. I didn't know there was a Riverside,
There's
New
a
Jersey,
Riverside all over the
but
place,
there is
but we're the best. So
Riverside Police Department, and you can find it and download it for free.
I'll do that because I don't have it on my phone yet, and I need
What?
to, yeah, I know.
Get
I need
your
to get
phone
this.
out.
Now you know why I was so excited about this segment, right? There's
You're gonna like
so
it.
much good information here. Officer Dinko, thank you so much for coming down and joining us.
Thank you for having
and
me.
Mayor, to you as always, thanks, and I hope
do
that
it
you're
again.
having a great season.
You too.
Again, this is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, Steve Brazel. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you on the next segment. And welcome again to another segment of Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm your host, as always, Steve Brazel, joined by the
I'm
mayor
Mayor
for the
Bailey.
city of Riverside, California. How are you, Mayor?
I'm fabulous. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so good. I'm having a great month so far, and we've got the segments that we have this month
Yes.
are just so good. The one that we did on the new app for the Riverside Police Department, you need to see that segment. We talked about Alvord Cares program.
That's right.
We talked about Riverside's 25 most remarkable teens, and we had one of them with us. Make sure you find that segment as well. But not only that, we've got this segment. And on this segment, we're going to talk about the neighborhood engagement workshops. And we've got a guest with us today that's involved in this directly. If you'd introduce yourself, give us an idea who you represent.
My name is Yvette Sennewald, and I'm the Neighborhood Programs Coordinator for the City of Riverside. I am involved in creating these types of programs for the city residents that are directly related to building community and reaching out to residents.
That's right. Building community. That's what
Building
neighborhood
community.
engagement is all about, right? So tell us more about the neighborhood engagement workshop series that you've come up with.
So the Neighborhood Engagement Workshop Series began as an idea to sort of go back to the roots of the Neighborhoods Conference, where there were different types of workshops during that conference, that day-long conference. However, we're doing it in a more fiscally responsible way. The Neighborhood Conference attendance kind of dwindled after years, and it seemed like a lot of funding was put out for that one-time event, so we pretty much decided to go a different route.
And we're taking it out to the community. We're taking
Yes.
it. We're engaging them in their
Right.
neighborhoods, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Well, for now, we're starting just at one location so that people get introduced to
Okay.
it, and we can travel through the city. We came up with this plan as a way to provide the workshops without the heavy cost of the neighborhood conference. So in the beginning stages, we're doing these quarterly on the first Saturdays of the month. And if they begin to become really popular, we can look into adding perhaps monthly workshop series. or workshops to the schedule.
You mentioned you're doing them at one location right now. I got two questions. First of all, what's the location that they're at? But as you're reaching out and going into the communities with actual workshops that community members can attend, what's your overall goal of having the community attend the workshop?
The workshops are scheduled to happen at the Arlington Library.
Okay.
It's a good space. It's a good public space. They have a big meeting room that has all of the equipment that is needed for, per se, like PowerPoint presentations and whatnot. And there's enough room to accommodate kind of a large crowd.
Do you know an address or somewhere people can look it up?
It's the Arlington Library is on Magnolia and Roosevelt. I don't have the specific address.
Okay, so you can look
it's
that one up in
prominently
your map app.
displayed
Yeah,
on
okay.
Magnolia Avenue.
Yes, and
Across
it's
from
on
Der Wiener Schnitzel, I do believe.
Yeah, right there by Image One Camera. Yeah, right
Yes.
there by Van Buren. Okay.
Yeah, and it's the address is on the flyer that we have out too.
And what's your goal in having? I mean, obviously, we always, as community members, want to interact with each other, and especially with our government officials and with programs that are going on. But what are your specific goals for this workshop program, the news program?
The overall goal, one of the specific goals, we have a couple. One of them is to provide an opportunity for other city departments to engage with the community. If there's something, a topic that's on their plate that they want to reach out to the community, we can provide that venue, the Neighborhood Engagement Workshop Series, and a place and a time so that that's already organized and they can come there. We can advertise it for them. We can put the word out through the many channels that we have to get the word out so that people can come and listen and hear what they have to say.
So if building and planning want to talk about something, or engineering, or RPD, or whatever the department is.
Exactly. And not only that, it also is a place where some topics of interest that aren't related to city departments, we can organize and create workshops. Say, for instance, about recycling.
Oh, okay.
The upcoming workshop in April, since it's the first Saturday in April, it's going to be geared towards Earth Day. So we'll have somebody from
Nice.
Public Works, Solid Waste, talking about recycling and what goes in what bin. And we have connected with Riverside Corona Resource Conservation District for a representative there that can be part of the planning to have more than just one presentation, and it's all centered around the Earth Day kind of topics.
And that is the power of partnership.
Yeah.
To draw on partners in the neighborhoods to better inform and educate our residents on improving their quality of life. Right?
And really, the residents are one of our number one partners, so getting them involved
exactly.
only makes sense.
Isn't that what neighborhood engagement's all about?
That's what it's all about.
So is there anything else you want to tell us about Neighborhood Engagement Division or the news?
The Neighborhood Engagement Division is actively reaching out not only to other city departments, but we work with neighborhood leaders, Riverside Neighborhood Partnership, looking for new board members to sit on that board, to be part of the planning for the future of what we do.
So
Community
that's an
building.
interesting one.
Yeah,
You're
how do they
looking
do
for new
that?
board members right now?
Yes.
Where do people go for that?
Besides 311, of course.
Yes.
Besides
Call
311.
One call does it all in Riverside.
I'm going to take you on everything that I do because I never say the 311. I need to say that more. So they could call 311 to find out.
they
But what
could-
else could they do?
They could contact me, or they could go onto the RNP website. I believe it's rnp1info.com.
Google
or
Riverside Neighborhood Partnership.
Yeah.
Or contact the Neighborhood Engagement Division, and we can connect you.
311 is your best bet. Always
See?
311
That's what I'm
is
talking
your
about.
best bet. No question about it. So I know that you have some workshops coming up. You've got one coming up early January.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the topic for that one?
The topic for the January workshop is Housing First. It's homes for our homeless neighbors. The Office of Homeless Solutions and the City Manager's Office will be presenting that. So it doesn't necessarily, because we host the Neighborhood Engagement Workshop Series, we're not the presenters all of the time. We're seeking, interest from members of the community or other city departments to fill those spaces in the workshop series.
And when we did the segment, I think it was over the summer, on homelessness in Riverside, we talked about
We did.
Housing First
We did.
initiative
We did.
as well.
It's a policy supported by the entire city council. You can't end homelessness without housing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this is Housing First is our policy to help our neighbors without homes.
How can people get more info just in general about the program and getting involved?
They can connect with, send an email to neighbor@riversideca.gov or
I like that.
contact me directly through my phone number.
Okay. Perfect.
Do I-
Mayor, anything else you want to throw in?
No, just proud of our neighborhood engagement division that we've continued the relationship and the connection to our 26 diverse neighborhoods. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here again. Thank you to the Riverside Neighborhood Programs Coordinator, Yvette Sennewald. This segment is important because it gives you a chance to get involved, right? Calling 311 to get information or make comments or whatever is great, but here you can actually go to these workshops, gain information that makes you a better community participant, and also get involved with the community. And that's really what Riverside's about, right?
That's right.
We're all neighbors.
Better
we all know
neighborhoods.
each other. Better neighborhoods.
Make a better city.
Yeah, better neighborhoods make a better city. So again, my name is Steve Brazel, the host of Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. Mayor, thank you as always for joining
got it.
us.
We'll do it again.
Yvette, thanks for stopping by as well. This being Riverside Monthly happens every month, so make sure you subscribe to the Facebook page for the City of Riverside, and we will see you on the next segment.